And now that we have completed the introduction to Docker, we should see this green check next to our lab, which means it's already completed. Now let's move to the second activity, which is Kubernetes Engine Qwik start. In my case, since I already did it, I got the green check. If you haven't done it, you should not have it. It should be empty like this one. But let's do it again. Let's open up. And now, here we are. As always, before starting the lab, just let's take a look, get familiar with activities. It's defining what is about cluster orchestration. We talked about Kubernetes on the cloud. These are the benefits. You get load balancing, node pools, automatic scaling, automatic upgrades, node auto repair, login and monitoring. For our setup, as always, we will click and start lab. The recommendation is always use a private browser, so you will not mix your personal Google account with the account related with the Cloud Skill Boots platform. Then it just says use your credentials and activate Cloud Shell. So let's go there. Sorry. Let's click on Start Lab. Yes, I'm not a robot. Traffic lights. You, and you, maybe. You will take 1 credit. And once the validation is done, according to our instructions, we have to click and open Google Console, just right here. For username, we will click use another account, and this is the user name that we'll use, the one that is in here. Now we will copy the password, click next, copy the password. Yes, I understand. I agree the terms. I don't want emails. Agree and continue. If you see on the top right, this is the student. You should see student and a code, not your personal account. It will not usually work with your personal account unless you had bought the credits by yourself. So here we are. Now it says activate Cloud Shell, and how do we do that? Click in on activate Cloud Shell, this icon, which is right here on the top right. Then we will click continue, and it will start connecting. Like on the previous exercise, these steps are optional, so you can list any active accounts if you run this command. Yes, you have to authorize it. And it says account student 1 qwiklabs.net. We can see the project ID, which is this one. And let's begin with task number 1. So we will set the default compute region with this command. We got here US Central 1. It says updated properly. And we will set the default compute zone. See that? Copy and paste. And it's already updated properly. Our task 2 will consist on create a Google Kubernetes cluster. So a cluster consists of at least one cluster master machine and multiple worker machines called nodes. Nodes are compute engine virtual machines instances that run the Kubernetes processes necessary to make them part of the cluster. So to create a cluster, we will run this command. it says creating cluster in EOS Central 1, cluster has been configured, working. Let's keep up with instructions. You can ignore any warnings, and it might take several minutes to finish creating the cluster. Let's see. It's still there working. Okay, after 5 minutes or so, the cluster is created. We can now check if it was completed. Now for our task number 3, we will get authentication credential for the cluster, running this command on Cloud Shell. And this is the expected output, which is fetching cluster endpoint and authorization data. Qwik configuration entry generated from my cluster. From task number 4, we will deploy an application to the cluster. So let's first create a new deployment and run this command. It says hello server created. Okay. If we check the progress, oh, it says it's not ready, but we did, didn't we? Yeah. Let's try this. This Kubernetes command creates a deployment that represents this. In this case, image specifies a container image deploy. The command pulls example for indicates a specific image version to pull. If a version is not specified, let it is done. Yep, that's done. It just took a bit of time to update. Now let's create a Kubernetes service. It says hello server expose, which is what we were expecting. Now this is the port 8080 and the type is load balancer. Now let's inspect this. You will see this command a lot. kubectl whenever we're working with Kubernetes. So let's inspect this. And here we have the name is hello server, which is a load balancer. This is IP. This is the port. It was created 30 seconds ago. And this is a cluster IP. Yep. Now, it says that to view the application from your web browser, open a new tab and enter the following address, replacing external IP with the external IP for hello server. So just copy this, let's open a new browser and paste this. And our external IP for hello server is, oh, it says pending. Let's double check out. Let's run it again, and now we have an external IP. This is IP 34.132. And here it is. Hello world. Now we will check our progress and move to task number 5, which is deleting the cluster. This one is easy. Just run this command to delete the cluster. Let's click yes if you want to delete it. And once this is updated, we can just click here. I guess if we run it now, it might say it's not deleted yet. So let's wait until we got an update on the Cloud Shell. Now the cluster is deleted. Let's check again. Well, it might take a bit to update. And the assessment is now complete. So congratulations. In this task, or in this lab, we were working with Kubernetes Engine. Our first task was to set the default compute region and compute zone. Then we moved to create a GKE cluster with this command. Got the authentication credentials. Then we deployed the application and we finally deleted the cluster. That's a brief summary. So thank you for joining, guys, and see you on the next activity.